You've been lost and alone in the city of lights. I know, getting high, feeling low, and it's out of your control. You should know that I won't leave you. I'll stay beside you. I'm never letting you go. You've been lost and alone in the city of lights. I know, but I will guide you home.
It's All-Star Night for the Manny Rays NOMA Truck Series, and we are here at Charlotte Motor Speedway where Heat 1 is getting ready to get underway. So we got a lot to cover tonight. There's going to be a prize on the line for the winner of the feature event, and we thank everybody for tuning in here on Ghost Racing Network. Let's get right down to trackside and into your race info, because that's where we're going to have to start to break down, I guess, if you will, the format for the way everything's going to work tonight. So let's start with the fact that we are going to have two heats. This is going to be Heat 1. Haven't looked at the total driver count, but how it's going to work is only the top 10 from each heat are going to make it. And it looks like we might have 11 in this heat, which would send one guy home. But yes, we are at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The track is a 1.5 mile. Track temp tonight looking to be at 104 as we are still in the daytime. 74 degrees outside, 9% humidity, partly cloudy skies, and wind at 2 miles an hour. Not going to be a factor. These guys, as always, are in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. And the heats are both going to be 20 laps. So 20 laps here in Heat 1. 70% fuel, 3 sets of tires for the heat that will be different in the feature. 1 faster pair, fixed setups, and only 1 green-white checkered, which could be important if we end up needing it. Of course, hopefully we don't. Now we got that out of the way, let's get right down and get trackside as these guys are kind of getting ready to roll off the grid here. Starting first here for Heat 1, the pole sitter is going to be Justin Parham in the 19 for Grandstand Racing. Second is going to be Justin Bentley to the outside in the 16 truck. William George and Joey Hickox for Hickox Racing are going to make up row 2, and it's going to be the regular season champion Paul Witt in 5th, Robert Juendak to his outside in 6th. DJ Madish 7th, Robert Jordan 8th, Sam Boutwell 9th, Albert Hewins 10th, and Jay Stinson in the 11th spot. I heard Jay was having a couple PC issues, so if he got it fixed and he's in here, then right now he would be sitting in that spot where he would not transfer on to the feature event. And I'll tell you what, All-Star Night, it's a special day for a lot of these guys. This is where I feel like everybody loosens up a little bit. You still race hard, but you know that there's nothing on the line, and you can just lay it all out there. Go for the $50, which is going to be given away to the winner of the feature, as we were talking about. But in order to get to that feature, you're going to have to make sure that everything goes right here, and I think Justin Parham is going to be just fine. But Charlotte's a pretty fast track. These guys are going to be potentially wide open if they're running the high groove, at least at some point on newer tires. You don't want to burn those tires up, though, as 20 laps is a little bit more than a short run, but not quite a long run. We'll see who can do that the best. Fortunately, it looks like, as of right now, Albert Hewins and Jay Stinson, although they are being shown in this heat, they are not actually out on track. And because of that, nobody's going to have to worry about not transferring as of right now. And I'd say if these guys can put a lap under green and they all want to make sure they make it, then they might as well make sure they don't have any cautions, and they'll be just fine. Here we go, looking for the green flag in the air. They're going to get it. We are racing at All-Star Night here in Charlotte. Good jump here for both lanes. You see the 16 on the outside working that high line. I think that might be the place to be. Justin Bentley looking to crank some momentum here off turn 2 for the first time. That's Joey Hickox. Looks like he is in a different paint scheme tonight. The Pond City paint scheme. We'll see if he can get that thing to the front. The 96 on the bottom. That's William George. Oh, he's going to get a little loose. Man, big moment. He almost spun out. Boy, that looked really similar to what we saw happen to Joey Hickox last week at Michigan. Those first laps, tires are still cold. Guys are trying to get the trucks under them. Boy, that was a close call, but they're starting to single file out here just a little bit. The battle for the lead is between Justin Parham, Justin Bentley, and Joey Hickox. They continue to stay single file. The 96 has a little breakaway, and then we have the second pack that right now is being led by your regular season champion, Paul Witt, in the 429 truck, and then it's going to be Sam Boutwell and DJ Madish just behind him. Robert Juendak struggling here early. You see he is back right now in that second to last position. 9th is Robert Jordan. He is the last truck on track. Right on board here, one of these guys. And you'll hear the tires here. Watch as they work their way through the corner. You'll hear that tire slide. This is a ride on board with DJ Madish. Yeah, you see, I mean, he's already having to let out of the throttle. So these guys, I figured they could run full throttle here. Maybe not, but it sounds like he's burning off a lot of right front. Let's take a listen here to Justin Bentley and compare the difference. He's running a lot more conservative. You see he's running that bottom, but we're going to get a pass by Justin Parham, who's going to go to the outside. Even if you have to let off, there's still more throttle time running that outside line, and the 19 takes full advantage, makes the pass on the 16 of Justin Bentley. He is your new leader, and look who followed him. It's Joey Hickox. Joey just now going to clear in the 96 of William George. He's caught this group. So has Paul Witt. Sam Boutwell and DJ Madish, they stay side by side, and the longer they stay like that, the less chance they're going to have at getting up here to actually have a shot at it. But this is a good shot to just practice everything you want to practice. You know you're going to transfer at this point. And only a 20-lap race, not that long here at Charlotte, 1.5 miles. So these guys are going at it. Joey Hickok still heating up the back bumper of Justin Parham, the 16 back to the bottom. That's the 96 of William George up top. Looks like Billy Bentley's in the chat. Says, I really like the paint scheme on the number 16, Justin Bentley. Or no, that's Nancy Hickok's. Billy Bentley is in here, but Nancy Hickok says, I really like the paint scheme on the 16. Glad to see him racing tonight. Mike Reinhardt says, good luck, DJ Madish. DJ back here trying to hold off the two-wide battle between Robert Duvendak and Sam Boutwell. Oh, we got a wreck. We got a spinner. Caution's out. See if we can see what it's for here. It looks like Justin Parham, actually. That was your leader. And he's got some rear end damage. It looks like that thing may have spun and backed into the outside wall. We were just in the back. So I apologize that we missed it live. But the good thing is that we got replays, and that's what we're going to go take a look at now. Justin Bentley was your leader. And Joey Hickok's going to make a move down the straightaway, and that's where oh man, that's a pretty big shot to the back of the 19. I mean, the good thing it's not in the front end, but I think that might be that one fast pair that he's got. Let's look at this from a different angle because it was kind of hard to tell if maybe he tried to get clear or if Joey maybe hooked him a little bit here. See, Joey's looking to dive to the inside. Joey is there, and then, ooh, man, that one's close. It kind of looks like from that initial view. Watch the 19. See if the 19 holds pretty straight here. Joey maybe came up a little bit as Justin came down a little bit, and that's when they made that contact. And Justin went for the slide that sent him into that inside wall. One more view here from Joey Hickok's, the cockpit view. And by no means any intention there. You heard Joey trying to lift as soon as kind of heard that contact ensue, but just wasn't quite able to get off of him in time. Back up front, though, the new leader is going to be DJ Madish in the 25 truck. Sam Boutwell second. Third is going to be Robert Duvendak. Fourth, Justin Parham, who sits on pit road, maybe trying to repair that damage. Justin Bentley, William George, Joey Hickok's, Paul Witt, Robert Jordan. All these guys are on pit road, and you know why? They want some fresh tires. They want to see what they can do. So we'll see how the differing strategies pan out. But I think I like that choice of getting some new tires and seeing what you can do here. But the man out in front, DJ Madish, I'd like to see if I could get a word with him, but I'm going to have to see if he's hanging around any of the Discords right now. And it looks like he sure enough is. So let's see if we can pull up and maybe get a quick word with the 25. Hey, DJ, this is Austin up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
All right, well, you're leading here in Heat 1, All-Star Night. It's got to be a good night. We talk about drivers are out here having fun. Are you having fun so far?
Yes, I am. This is a fun track here at the race.
Well, we see that you're going to stay out here, and it looks like maybe not going to have the fresh tires like the other guys are going to have. If we get another caution, are you thinking about going in for tires, or you just try to stay out?
Just try to stay out. It's not that long to a race. I don't think tire wear will be that much of a problem here.
All right, and the final question we got for you tonight is, besides yourself, of course, who do you think is going to be the biggest threat?
I don't really know. Everybody's a threat. It just depends on what time and where you're at.
All right, well, thanks for talking to us, DJ. Good luck, and hopefully we see you at the end of the feature tonight.
Thank you.
All right, we move DJ back down to his channel. Good to get a quick word early. He said he doesn't think tire wear is going to be a factor. I'm not going to lie. I think I kind of disagree. Charlotte's one of those tracks where it may not be that there's a ton of tire wear, but you're going to be able to run so much faster, at least those first couple laps, being on new tires. We'll compare some of those lap times here under green, but you may not have to look at the times because you're going to see those trucks from the back making their way up here. Justin Bentley is the first truck that is on new tires, followed by William George. Paul Witt, the regular season champ. Justin Parham, it looks like he has used a fast pair on the back end. He figures, might as well, no point in trying to play any special strategy. It's just not needed right now. So I think he'll be just fine, and he will be back up towards the front in no time. Number Jordan, the 74, we'll see if he can get up here and make something happen. And then Joey Hickok's run the Pond City paint scheme. We saw him in that last incident, but didn't get much damage. He did not have to use a fast spare, so he is still hanging out here. All right, here we go. It's going to be our second restart here for Heat 1. It's going to be 11 laps to go. DJ Madish and Sam Boutwell making up row 1. Pace truck pulls off into the Geico restart zone. These guys roll looking for the green flag. They're going to get it. We're back racing here at Charlotte. Ooh, big jump for the 25. The 99 of Robert Dudak may have got caught sleeping just a little bit. And watch for that 16. You see the 19. He is already making moves, looking to get to the top lane, and that is where all the guys on new tires are probably going to go. This first lap, even if you're on new tires, they're still cold tires. You got to be really careful. You don't want to accidentally get yourself in an accident. Turn 4 is usually where these trucks are the loosest. Oh, a little bump here from the 99 of Duvendak to DJ Madish. Boy, he got really loose. And Duvendak holds on somehow. Man, that was a moment for the 99 truck. He got right to the back bumper. We see the 74 of Robert Jordan. He's going to go through the grass. And up front, it did not take long. Justin Bentley is back up to second. And if you're TJ Madish, you got to be feeling the pressure right now. Is there really much you can do? Does he look for a block? He doesn't. Will he try to beat him down to the corner? He can't do it. Now he has to stay high. There goes the 16. Justin Bentley to the bottom. He's looking for the lead, and I think he's going to get it. DJ Madish watches him go by. There's nothing he can do, and now he's going to get passed by the inside from Justin Parham. He's under attack from the left and the right. Here comes Paul Witt. And the Butterfinger paint scheme still sticking to the bottom line. He's another one of those drivers that's on new tires. DJ Madish, he chose to stay out. He might be taking notes here for the feature race that 2 tires doesn't seem to be the place to go. We're coming to 8 laps to go. Not much time. You see that's Robert Duvendak, and it looks like below him Sam Boutwell, the 96 of William George, the 74 of Robert Jordan, and Joey Hickox, who has just not been able to make really anything happen. Looks like he's been stuck behind these guys, and he's probably going to be stuck there the rest of the race. I think we're winding down on too few laps for him to make up the deficit. So that is going to leave us with the battle up front, all in the hands of these two as of right now, Justin and Justin. The Justin and Justin show, some might call it. Ooh, the 19's looking to dip that nose low. He wants some clean air, gets a little extra downforce on the truck. Out of turn 4, he's going to make a move. Nothing there. Ooh, almost some contact. 2 tires in the grass for Justin Parham. Now the 16 is going to give him a little room to work with. Might tuck in line. These guys both going at it. The longer they go at it, the more they wear their tires, and the more that Paul Witt's watching, saying, keep going, guys. I'll be there shortly if you keep racing each other. And they stay side by side. I thought Justin Parham, when he made that move, would get clear, but you see he hasn't. He's got to hold it down. The momentum on the top side seems to continue to work here for the 16. So we come to 6 laps to go. Can he get clear down the front stretch? He can't. Looking at the speeds, these guys get up to about 180. Oh, we got Duvendak in the background. Looks like he's got an issue. He slides back on track, brings the caution out. And we are going to maybe go into overtime. Now he's going to back that thing up, spin it around here. That's pretty good damage to the right side in the front of the 99 truck. Ooh, this happened further back. Does he just lose by himself? Looks like that's exactly what happens. This is coming out of turn 4. And just gets loose, overcorrects a little bit. Goes for a long slide here. He's trying to keep that thing straight. And once he gets back in that grass, spins back up onto the track. Makes maybe slight contact with a wall. Nothing too bad. Thankfully, there was nobody else coming when he spun back up onto the track. Otherwise, that could have been pretty bad. But let's watch this a little slower here. Should have played a little faster here. You see the 99. That's an interesting angle. He actually washed up, got into the outside wall, and then once he comes off the outside wall, this is when he's going to turn a little bit too far to the left, a little too far to the right. Now he's just behind on his steering. And this is where he's going to go for that slide across the grass. The artificial grass, fun fact here at Charlotte. And back up onto the racing surface. Slight contact. Let's get right on board here with Robert Duvendak. Back this up to when he first got loose. It looked very interesting. You see he's trying to hold the bottom here. Ooh. A little interesting right there. Interesting input there. Not sure what was going on, but very interesting in that situation to see a driver turn the wheel back to the right. Not sure if maybe he thought it was getting loose or what. I don't know, but we're going to leave it at that. Final view of it here. That's what brings out your second caution here of the night. Well, I mean, good news and bad here for some of these guys. They all have tire sets if they still wanted to use them. I think some of the guys that were sitting further in the back, if you will, such as DJ Madish, you got to think they came down and took some new tires. In fact, I'm trying to see right now if I can maybe find anything out about that. And looking at it here, it looks like we did have a lot of these guys, or at least a lot of guys sitting further towards the back, rather, such as DJ Madish, Sam Bell. All those guys, they did pit. Looks like your front runners are choosing to stay out because they know it's only going to be a 2-lap shootout. And if we do have another caution, we could, of course, use that one green-white checkered, but I don't know if we'll necessarily need that. Justin Parham is leading the way. Second is Justin Bentley. Third, Paul Witt. Fourth, William George. Fifth, Joey Hickox. Sam Boutwell, sixth. DJ Madish, seventh. Robert Duvendak, eighth. Robert Jordan, ninth. And that is the last truck in the field. Jay Stinson is 10th. Albert Hewins, 11th, but they did not make it on track, and therefore they will not be making the race. All right, well, as we noted, I thought it was going to be a 2-lap shootout, but it looks like the lights are still on, which means that we are going to go into our one and only overtime. And for the overtime rules, at least here tonight, if we get a caution on that first lap, then we're going to finish this thing under caution. Hoping that doesn't happen. Hoping we stay green at least until we get to the white flag, and then that way we will race this thing out to the finish. Well, we see the two up front. They've been pretty dominant. Let's see if we can get, you know what, I'll tell you what, we'll save a couple of these guys. You know, let's see if we can get a word with Paul Witt, your regular season champ here as they come. You know what, actually, no, I take that back. We're going to hold it off here. And I'll tell you why we're going to hold off, because the lights on the pace car went off, so actually it's not going to be 2 to go. We're going this time. And the 19 and the 16 making up row 1, the 429, the 96 row 2, and the Cheetos paint scheme. The good looking Joey Hickox. We saw him struggle on that last restart, even though he was on the same strategy. Can he regroup this time for 2 more laps? These guys don't have to worry about tire wear anymore. It's all go. We've seen a little give and take, but now it's all take here in Heat 1. Who is going to win Heat 1 for the All-Star race for the NOMA Truck Series? Justin Parham into the Geico restart zone. Green flag is back in the air. The 19 gets a good jump. The 16, Justin Bentley. He wanted to get clear of Paul Witt, but he's not going to be able to do it. Down to the bottom goes Paul Witt. If he can get clear of Justin Bentley, he might have a chance, but the longer those two stay side by side, the bigger of a gap that Justin Parham's going to make. Paul Witt gets clear. Going to maybe get a little bump draft here from Justin Bentley down the backstretch as they race side by side for 4th. Here we go, out of turn 4. He's going to be looking for the white flag. Does Paul Witt have enough time? I don't know. He's about 3 or 4 truck lengths off. The 16, Justin Bentley, showing a lot of patience, but that patience is going to run out. He is realizing that they're probably not going to catch that leader, and he's going to look to the low side. Paul Witt slams the door. That's going to get the 16 really tight. He has to get out of the throttle now. He is under fire from Sam Boutwell, who is on new tires. Down the backstretch into turn 3. One more dive added here for Justin Parham. He is not going to have to worry about holding off Paul Witt because he doesn't have enough. Out of turn 4. Heat 1 winner for the Charlotte All-Star race is going to be Justin Parham in the 19 truck. Got some speed here early. Oh my goodness. Big crash in the background. That's the 74 of Robert Jordan. And Robert Duvendak as well. Well, these guys wrecked hard. Let's take a look at that real quick before we go to your winner. Oh my goodness. I think these were just guys messing around here after this thing's all said and done. But boy, Robert Jordan went for a ride. Ooh, the 25 did come down. That's DJ Madish. He took a big hit, and then Robert Jordan took a big hit, gets into the wall, and then gets thrown for a loop. There's Robert Duvendak. He gets his way back to the picture as well. Going back live to your race winner, Justin Parham. He's burning it down here on the front straightaway. He will be starting on the pole for the feature race because Heat 1 does make up the inside line. Heat 2 makes up the outside line. And we will try to get a quick word with him if we can here real quick. We will be right back. Hey, Justin, this is Austin up in the booth. You got a copy?
1 second.
Giving Justin just a second here to get his thing set.
That VR headset off and switching over to my other headset.
All right, well, no worries. Well, you get the win here in Heat 1. You're going to be starting on pole for the feature race. How you feeling?
Pretty good so far. We'll see how it drives in the future, because it's going to be a different time of day. Track's completely different at night.
Well, the track is going to be completely different. We know it'll probably pick up speed and a little bit more laps. Is there any concern about maybe having to save tire a little more? Do you think we're going to get a couple cautions and make it a race the whole way?
I don't think it's going to be too big of a deal to save the tires that much, just because I believe we are going to have quite a few cautions, especially with money on the line.
All right, sounds good. Well, thanks for talking to us, man, and we will see you in the feature tonight. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
That is Justin Parham, your Heat 1 winner. We'll take a look at your results in just a minute. Grandstand Racing, very dominant. We're going to see Kenneth Reedinger in Heat 2, which is going to start here in probably about 10 or 15 minutes. But before we talk about that, let's talk about your finishing order. Justin Parham wins Heat 1 here in the 19 truck. Second is Paul Witt, the regular season champ. Justin Bentley, he showed a lot of speed tonight, finishes third. Fourth, Sam Boutwell, William George rounding out the top 5. And it's going to be the Hickox Racing driver, Joey Hickox, in 6th. Robert Jordan, 7th. DJ Madish, 8th. 9th, Robert Duvidak. And the two drivers that didn't make it, on track, rather, Albert Hewins and Jay Stinson. What is important to note, although I didn't really note this during the race, is if Albert Hewins can fix whatever issue he had and he can make it on track, he would make the race because he was in that 10th and final transfer position. But we'll have to see how all that pans out. All right, well, looking forward ahead, if you will, to the rest of the night. Here's how it's set up to work. We are going to go back to break until we're going to start the next heat. The next heat should be starting here in I would say 10 to 20 minutes, maybe 10 to 15, being a little more conservative. From what I heard earlier, the guys do get 10 minutes of practice, 5 minutes of qualifying, and then we will be back green underway for Heat 2. So until then, we are going to cut to break. Thank you all for being here, and hopefully we will see you later for the rest of the night. Stick with us. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to NOMA Truck Series All-Star Night presented by Manny Rays, where we are getting ready to get the green flag for heat number 2. And if you're just joining in, we appreciate you being here on Ghost Racing Network. Getting back down track side for the second time tonight. We'll show you the race info again just in case you missed it. But the format's all the same as Heat 2 as it was in Heat 1. Going to be 20 laps here in the Truck Series. 70% fuel, 3 sets of tires if these guys need them. 1 fast pair of fixed setups, but only 1 green-white checkered, which we did see these guys almost go into in the last one. Of course, we did finish in the last 2 laps of regulation. Track temp, different here for Heat 2. You see it's actually quite a bit cooler at 85 degrees. Heat 1 started out at over 100 degrees. Weather outside still about the same at 74 degrees, 9% humidity, partly cloudy skies, and 2 miles an hour wind. We do have a couple more drivers in this heat and a couple storylines to go over, but before we do that, actually, I guess I should do that first so that the grid makes a little more sense for everybody. So we talked about that Albert Hewins and Jay Stinson, who were in the last heat but didn't make it out on track, would be 2 guys that were, well, that the one, Albert Hewins, would technically still be in the race, finishing 10th, but scratch all that because those 2 were supposed to be in Heat 2 and accidentally were in Heat 1. So Jay fixed whatever issues he may have been having earlier, and he is out on track here in Heat 2, ready to get it done. William George, another driver, he is not actually racing, just in here messing up the grid, making things harder for me. So the actual pole sitter here for Heat 2, try to stick with me on this, is going to be Chris Akers in the 4. Second is going to be Matthew Fritz. Third, Rodney Roberts. Fourth, Matthew Dyer. Fifth, John Bell. Sixth is going to be Treston Fortson. Seventh, Kenneth Riedinger. Eighth, Alex Gray. Ninth, Guy Braco. 10th is going to be Jay Stinson. 12th, Albert Hewins. And the final row here is going to be DJ Madish, but he is actually also not in the race. We saw him in Heat 1 as well. So we're going to kind of sort this out once we get into the race. That'll make things easier for everybody, I promise. But as we get down here, Chris Akers gets ready to lead him green. We saw a lot of good racing, but we saw mainly 4 dominant trucks in that first heat. Caution threw some strategy into it, and I would not be surprised at all if we saw a caution here in this second heat. But we're about to find out. That 48, that is a good-looking paint scheme tonight for Matthew Fritz, the 48 Manny Rays looking paint scheme. That is one of the Hickox Racing drivers. Everybody going for $50 later tonight. Taking 11 drivers from this heat. And looking at it, that should mean that I believe everybody's going to advance from this heat. Again, we'll know at the end for sure. We'll let you know as the race goes on. Here we go into the Geico restart zone. The green flag waves. We are underway for Heat 2 here at Charlotte. Good start by Chris Akers. You can see the 45 of Rodney Roberts. He's trying to get under him as soon as he can, but he's not going to make it work that time. John Bell, Kenneth Riedinger, he's trying to get under the 5 truck. He knows how important track position is. He wants to get it as soon as possible. Matthew Fritz still working the outside line. We heard Justin Barton say in his interview, the race is going to be at night, so it's going to be much different than what it is now on the track. Continue to pick up speed. Ooh, the 5 of John Bell. Big wiggle. He's not. Does he hold on to it? Oh, my goodness. Through the short chute, he's still trying to save that thing. He does. Are you kidding me, John Bell? I thought he was about to take the road course. It was so close, but he saves it, unfortunately. Going to fall pretty far back. Let's take a look at this again. This is the cold tire effect that we saw happening all the way through Heat 1, and it does bite a driver here in Heat 2. Watch John Bell. The 5 truck starts to get loose, just continues to get loose. Kenneth Riedinger does a heck of a job keeping it off of him. And then he's lucky that it wasn't grass right there, and he's going to take the artificial turf back onto the track. My goodness. Whew. Let's go back live here now. Try to calm things down a little bit. Where your current leader is still Chris Akers, and actually it's not wanting to do it, so we'll do this the manual way. There we go. Chris Akers is still your current leader. Second, Matthew Fritz. You see this little gap between those 2. Rodney Roberts third. And Kenneth Riedinger, he was looking to, well, knock it on the back door, if you will, but he kind of fell back a little bit. It looks like Nancy Hickox says, let's go Chris Akers. Sam Boutwell says, let's go Alex and Treston. These guys have only completed 3 laps so far here in Heat 2. Chris Akers is really impressing me, though, right now with the pace he's putting down. He's got a half a second lead over Matthew Fritz. I thought Kenneth Riedinger would get there quicker, but after he had to avoid an almost spinning John Bell, he's fallen back a little bit. Good news is, yes, with them accepting 11 trucks, even John Bell, who fell back, they're all going to make the main feature race, which will be coming out shortly after the conclusion of Heat 2. Albert Hewen's currently sitting in 10th. 9th is Guy Braco. 8th, Jay Stinson. 7th, Treston Fortson. He is down a spot from where he started. Matthew Dyer's down 2 from where he started. Boy, this guy almost got it done at Michigan last week. Needed a little more, couldn't quite get it. Finished 2nd, so he's got a lot of momentum coming into this week. Alex Gray in the 81 truck currently sits 5th, up 3 spots from where he started. Kenneth Riedinger up 3 as well. Those are your 2 biggest movers right now. And then Rodney Roberts and Matthew Fritz continuing to battle it out for 2nd place right now. The longer they battle, the more that leader looks to pull away. Chris Akers, the gap's still been sitting around half a second. And comparing the lap times here, Chris Akers ran faster, not last lap, but the last 4 laps before that. I'm trying to look at the times, the fall off here. You see a 36 and it dropped off a couple of tenths the laps after that. That is how quick those fresh tires can go from fresh to used. As we close everything up here so we can go back. Let's take a ride on board here with Chris, see what he's looking at. Hey, you hear a little bit of tire slide here. That'll sound worse. Turn 3 runs so much, well, turns 3 and 4 rather, runs so much different here than turns 1 and 2. Turns 1 and 2 is a faster set of corners. It almost doesn't feel as sharp, if you will. Turns 3 and 4 feels like a much sharper apex, and it gets a lot looser coming off turns 3 and 4. The gap starting to stretch out, even though it looked like Chris Akers may have been starting to struggle for a second. Matthew Fritz has escaped the clutches now of Rodney Roberts. We'll see if he can start to track him down. We are already almost halfway through this race, just 13 laps to go. And not quite as much action as we did see in Heat 1, but once you get all these guys mixed together, later race, they start to realize that there's money on the line. I think we're going to have a lot more action to mix it up with. Also, with John Bell spinning, that broke up the field a lot. And I mean a lot. Look at this. Almost the entire front straightaway is where you'll find first and last. They're not as close together by any means as they were in the first heat, but who do we think is going to win tonight? You know, I don't know. Chris Akers, the pace he's showing right now, I think he might be the truck that's got the most for Justin Parham, but we also saw guys such as Justin Bentley, Paul Witt. They were up there fighting with a chance. Matthew Fritz, he's starting to reel him in, so maybe he's got something that he's saving for the longer run. The gap, he's closed it up about a tenth of a second, so we're not going to get too excited just yet, but definitely still has some time to close the gap here, as we are just going to be at halfway next lap. Look at the speeds here. This is what we talked about, turns 1 and 2. You see about mid-160s. Let's compare that to turns 3 and 4, rocketing down the backstretch. He is catching a little bit of the draft right now off that Ford truck. That's helping him catch too. And in turn 3 here, you'll see, well, actually runs about the same, but you hear the tire working a little harder. So as the run goes on, that will change a bit, but he continues to work the draft, and now the gap is under half a second. Matthew Fritz, he's on the move here. He continues to see that Ford truck get bigger and bigger out of his front windshield. And it is just a matter of time before he's going to be there. Going back here a couple positions, you'll find Kenneth Riedinger. This is the guy that I thought, I mean, as dominant as he's had of a season as well in terms of just when he has got out in front, he has left the field in the dust. Had a couple run-ins with a couple drivers. But man, he's got one of the drivers with the most wins on the season, if not the most wins on the season. Again, I joined halfway through, so I couldn't speak for the first half of the season, but continues to dominate out. Jay Stinson up 4 spots from where he started. This is another Hickox Racing driver, him and Matthew Fritz, both in this race. Matthew Fritz having the better run, but Jay Stinson is the biggest mover overall in the field. And getting himself a better starting position for that feature. If he continues to hold the speed that he's showing right now, he'll be another driver that we're talking about in the race. But Chris Akers still leading. The gap is down to 3/10. The next 2-3 laps, I think we're going to have a battle for the lead. Question is, does Chris Akers have enough tire, enough of a truck even, to hold off the 48 of Matthew Fritz, who once he started gnawing down that gap, he has just been closing it so quickly. Kind of started it flattened out. He started gaining time, and then all of a sudden, Matthew Fritz slammed the door and started just tracking him down so quick. We talked about it, though. 20 laps. It's not a long run, but it's not a short run either. It's kind of in between. And if you save a little bit of tire at the beginning, you're going to have a little bit more than the guy in front of you at the end. Gap now over 4/10, so maybe Chris Akers was just saving this whole time. He knew he had a big lead. There was no point trying to expand it. He could just hold that gap there in case he needed something here at the end. The biggest thing going against him is still going to be the draft that Matthew Fritz continues to get off the 4 on the straightaways. Not the big long straightaways here at Charlotte that we're used to seeing at some of the super speedways and stuff, but we have seen a couple bump drafts tonight. We might see some in the All-Star race, and we saw a little bit in Heat 1, not so much here Heat 2. Going back, checking on the back half of the field one more time before we keep it up front, or we might have a battle for the lead. Looks like Guy Braco has decided to come down to the pits here. Not sure if he has had an issue or what. The 5 of John Bell still out on track. Alex Gray at 9th. Albert Hewins 8th. Treston Fortson 7th. 6th. Jay Stinson. Matthew Dyer, the last truck in the top 5. Kenneth Rittinger 4th. Rodney Roberts 3rd. Matthew Fritz in 2nd. And Chris Akers continuing to lead the way here at Charlotte. 5 laps to go this time. The gap under 0.3 of a second now. At what point does it get close enough where that truck starts to handle different? We've seen a lot of passes happen on the outside. We've seen them happen on the inside. That's the beauty of Charlotte. There's all the different lanes that these guys can race around. And Matthew Fritz, he's got it within a couple truck lengths. Does he think about moving up to that top line, try to get some clean air on the nose of that 48 truck? We've seen Matthew Fritz maybe struggle, just not bad. I mean, this guy's still put together a string of pretty good runs, but maybe not the performance in general that Hickox Racing knows they're capable of towards the latter portion of the season. But, you know, this is that transition period where you go from the regular season into the playoffs. We've already crowned a regular season champion. Put all that in your rearview mirror, focus ahead, and start it with tonight. Win yourself $50, give yourself some momentum, and get ready for the playoffs. He is, oh man, the 4th, Chris Akers. He messed up out of turn 4 that time. That's what Matthew Fritz likes to see, and he looks to the top side. Does he look to the low side here? He is going to stay on that low line. He's not going to be able to pull up right to the bumper as he gets in the dirty air of the 4 truck. But Chris Akers, he starts to wiggle a little bit off turn 2 again. Now Matthew Fritz is going to dive to the inside. Chris Akers, he's not going to be able to defend it this time into turn 3 with 3 laps to go. What can he do from the outside line? Matthew Fritz trying to hold the bottom of the 4 truck. Just doesn't look like he has the tire. You saw him almost get up into the wall. But he does carry some momentum off turn 4, so he's not going to let the 48 slip away just yet. No side draft down the front stretch. If they keep racing, we might even see Rodney Roberts hop in the battle. And they're still hanging door by door. He's not been able to clear him just yet. Turns 1 and 2 seems to favor the outside a little more. 3 and 4 here is where Chris Akers really struggles. Matthew Fritz is going to dive it down, trying to get clear Chris Akers. He's trying to keep it out of the wall. If he can do that, he might have enough momentum. Now the 48 gets clear for a second. He's not quite. Now he takes it into the inside. This time goes Chris Akers. He's going to try the crossover move. Gets it to work. The white flag flew, so this is our final lap here in Heat 2. Matthew Fritz now. He's working the high lane. Can Chris Akers hold it? Oh, there might be some contact. Chris Akers has to get out of it. Rodney Roberts has appeared in the battle. But into turn 3 for the final time. He did not lead any of the laps, but he's looking like he's going to lead the final one. Sure enough, he is. At a turn 4, Heat 2 winner. It's going to be Matthew Fritz as Chris Akers wrecks in the background. And boy, Chris Akers just went from starting in the first couple rows to maybe starting towards the back of the field. Looks like he may have finished 5th, though. He did, but well, he tank slapped the outside wall. I think he came across the line in the grass. But Heat 2 winner is going to be Matthew Fritz in the 48 truck. I'll tell you what it looks like. Is he not going to do a burnout here? Is he just going to bring pit road? He might be saving it. He knows that he's still got more work ahead of him, so he says, no point in burning it down now. I'll save it for the end of the race. But let's take a look at Chris Akers here on the last lap. Boy, his tires must have been shot because you see this thing is just not really turning. Oh, actually, him and Rodney Roberts get together. That's what happened. Not so much tires as it was actual physical contact here. Let's go to the chopper view. Does Rodney get a little tight, or does Chris get a little loose? Oh, looks like Rodney maybe getting a little tight. Gets up into Chris Akers. That's what sends the four truck into the wall. And along for that wild slide. He does go across the grass. The inside wall kind of saves him there. And he's just going to keep it in the turf across the start-finish line. As Matthew Fritz making his way across the start-finish line here. Well, if the Ghost Racing Network logo would get out of the way. He gets the job done at Charlotte. All right, well, we are going to go see if we can pull your winner in here. We'll be right back. All right. Hey, Matthew, this is Austin up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, this is a good start tonight for you as well. You're going to be leading the field on that outside line. You bring home the win here in Heat 1. How's the truck feeling for the later race?
I hope it feels good. It was really tight, that run, and I was just trying to save the tires as much as I can. And, yeah, I had some good battles with Chris. That was fun.
Well, it looked fun from up here. Well, we know that the All-Star race is going to be at night. The track's going to be a lot cooler. Speeds are going to be a lot faster. Do you look to see tire management be an issue, or can you really just kind of go from the start?
I think you go from the start. I think the heat in the track made the tires worse. So I think we're going to be able to go. I think drafting is going to be a big thing.
All right, well, we certainly saw that when you caught Chris Akers. All right, well, we look forward to seeing you in the feature. Good luck.
Thank you.
That's Matthew Fritz, your Heat 2 winner. Going over your results, second place is going to be Rodney Roberts, third, Kenneth Riedinger, fourth, Matthew Dyer, fifth, Jay Stinson, Albert Hewen, sixth, seventh, Treston Fortson, Alex Gray, eighth, John Bell, ninth, Chris Akers, 10th, and Guy Braco, 11th. All drivers that were in the heats tonight did advance to the feature. That's good news for us because we're going to see all these guys who are putting on such a great show early, putting on an even better show late. And same format just about here as we had from the first heat to the second heat. We are going to go to break as these guys gear up, get some last-minute adjustments in, and get ready to go green for the NOMA Truck Series All-Star Race at Charlotte. We will be back. Stick with us.
go.
Invincible.
Hello everybody, welcome back into Charlotte Motor Speedway. This time we are here for the All-Star race. We completed heats 1 and 2 earlier, but now it is time for the featured event, getting down trackside. One of the things I did mean to note that I realized just afterwards was the heats didn't actually set qualifying order with the people who made it in. It was just simply the people that made it in, and everybody made it in, so these guys did have to re-qualify, and that shakes some things up. Another thing that got shook up here for the feature is the format a little bit. We're still in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, but this time it is going to be a 30-lap event, 70% fuel, 2 tire sets. So these guys might have to be a little more conservative with their tires. 1 fast pair fixed setups and 4 green-white checkers because they don't want this thing ending under caution. That's the whole point of an all-star race, to see a great finish. Weather outside 73 degrees, 10% humidity, partly cloudy skies, and winds at 2 miles an hour. We are entering nighttime as track length 1.5 miles. We talked about that earlier. Track temp continuing to cool as we go into nighttime now at 76 degrees. Going in to the grid now. Let's get right to your starting order. The man starting on the pole for the 2023 NOMA Truck Series All-Star Race is going to be Justin Parham, and he was also the Heat 1 winner. Second, starting on the outside row, is going to be Justin Bentley. Matthew Fritz and the regular season champ Paul Witt make up row 2. Matthew Dyer and Kenneth Reininger make up row 3, and then it's going to be Chris Akers in the 4 truck in 7th, William George 8th, Robert Jordan in 9th. Moving back to 10th, it is going to be Sam Boutwell, Rodney Roberts, and Joey Hickox. Those are a couple drivers making up row 6. John Bell 7th, Treston Fortson, or sorry, not 7th, 13th, excuse me. Treston Fortson 14th, DJ Madish 15th, Albert Hewen 16th, Alex Gray 17th, Jay Stinson 18th, Guy Braco 19th, and rounding out the field in that 20th position for the 20 truck field is going to be Robert Tuvendak. I do apologize if I sound a little stuffy. Been a little sick today, but excited to watch these guys get after it as the pace car is rolling out of turn 4. He gets ready to leave the track, and we are getting ready to go green. 30 laps, not that long of a race still here at Charlotte. We'll see how aggressive these guys choose to be early. Justin Parham, he awaits the green flag, and we are underway for the Truck Series All-Star race. Pretty even jump. Justin Bentley got a good restart. Paul Witt was right on this bumper to try to give him a little shove. Down into turn 1 for the first time. Everybody staying side by side, but what we've seen in both heats that I'm nervous to see here is turns 3 and 4 on that first lap. Guys have gotten really loose on those cold tires. We'll see if the grip level is enough now that we've transitioned to the nighttime. The guys get a little more stable to 48. Matthew Fritz maybe was looking 3 wide for a second. He thinks better of it. Oh, but we do have one get loose. That's Paul Witt. He's going to go around into the middle of the field. Joey Hickox gets involved. He goes for a slide. We got a couple more wrecking here on the front stretch. That's the 96 of William George. He backs up. Oh, man, that was a close call between him and DJ Maddish. You see we got a couple, maybe a few trucks involved in this one. Joey Hickox. You saw Paul Witt was the initial driver to go around. Let's take a look at it. Not sure if he got some help from Matthew Fritz or if he just got loose. This was kind of what I was nervous about. I thought we might see, and sure enough, it looks like we're going to see it. All right, here we go. Coming out of turn 4. Watch the 429. Oh, man, that's just by himself. He gets loose, and then the 48, Matthew Fritz, just didn't have anywhere to go. Once he did get loose, ooh, the 17 spun as well. I did not notice that initially. That's Tristan Fortson. And looking at this from a different angle, see just how many cars got collected. There goes the 429 of Paul Witt, the 96. He goes, gets back up into somebody, spins around. There goes Joey across the grass. Ooh, the 81, Alex Gray, he's going to get up into the wall as well. And an early caution here. Going to shuffle some things up. Looking back up front, it is going to be Justin Parham who is still leading the way. Justin Bentley still second. Kenneth Riedinger is third. Matthew Fritz fourth. Rodney Roberts rounding out the top 5. I feel like I don't think we'll see anybody, we wouldn't see anybody rather take any tires here if they decided to pit. 70% fuel. I gotta believe everybody should be good on fuel here as well. And looking at it, yep, it doesn't look like at least any of the front runners did go down pit road. Some of the guys further back with damage went in, and then some of them wanted to try tires. Maybe get a little advantage here on 3-lap buffer. We'll have to see how that pans out. But Justin Parham, he's seen his teammate dominate quite a bit this season. He's had a couple months where he's dominated this season, but now what we could see tonight is a battle between the two teammates, and it wouldn't be the first time. I actually thought these two were rivals before I found out they were teammates because I saw them racing each other so hard, but Justin Bentley comes in tonight, hasn't been here, at least wasn't here last week. And what is he doing? Showing that he still has plenty of speed in that 16 truck. And he wants the $50 tonight. That's the other thing we forgot to mention in the race info, but that's the reason that every driver is out here trying so hard tonight. There's no points on the line, but there is bragging rights, and along with those bragging rights is $50 to the winner of this race. We're already 1/10 of the way through. 30 laps is going to go quick, especially if we start having these longer green flag runs. I don't think that'll be the last caution, I'm going to be honest, but if everybody gets spread out, then you never know. It could be. Charlotte, a pretty comfortable track to race after that first lap, which we continue to see more issues on, but now that everybody has completed a lap, tires should be a little bit more warmed up. I don't think we'll have any issues this time. If you're just tuning in, we appreciate you being here tonight for the All-Star race. We had 2 great heat races before this. And it was kind of a fun format night. I have certainly enjoyed myself up here commentating this race. And I know that most of these guys at least have to be enjoying themselves down there doing it. Jay Stinson, who's going to be in row 2. He made up a lot of positions in his heat race, got himself a pretty good starting position. And he is up 14, well, he didn't qualify too good, but he's up 14 positions from where he started for this race. And we'll see how much more the 13 can make up here. He's still got a lot of time, and we saw Matthew Fritz. He had to show a little patience in the heat race when it was during the day, but he said now that it's nighttime, it should be a lot cooler. He doesn't think you really have to be patient with the tires. He thinks you can go from the drop of the green. Pace truck is going to pull off right here. The 19, the 16 will be leading the field to green. The 24 of Riedinger in the 13 of Stinson. In row 2, Rodney Roberts, Robert Dumendak, row 3. Green flag is back in the air at Charlotte. Justin Parham gets a good jump. So does his teammate Kenneth Reiniger. This is going to prevent Justin Bentley from having a chance to drop down this time. Into turn 1, everybody looking for position. That inside, I feel like, has got to be the place to be in turns 1 and 2. Further down the field, we got guys starting to pan out here. There goes the 2 of Matthew Dyer. Joey Hickox on the outside. Those are all drivers looking to make up as many positions as they can while they got tires. The 69, Guy Braco, we saw him have an issue in his heat, but he is out here having a good run so far. Oh man, DJ Madish almost got up and in to the side. The 69 there, but they keep it out of each other up front. The 2 Grandstand Racing teammates are now 1-2. It's Justin Parham in first and Kenneth Reiniger in second. Justin Bentley third and Rodney Roberts fourth. Robert Dumendak rounding out the top 5. He had a spin in his heat. Looking good though so far here tonight. I think he learned from it. And the 99 is looking fast. Boy, he had no trouble getting around the 45. On the inside, the thing that I like about Charlotte here is that we are seeing drivers make passes in both lanes. We've seen guys do the outside, we've seen guys do the inside, and it almost seems like whatever lane you pick, it gives you the momentum in one area of the track and gives the other guy the momentum in a separate area of the track. So if you're choosing the top here like Kenneth Reiniger, you're going to get a big run down the backstretch as he goes side by side with Justin Parham. Further back, though, we got some 3-wide action. We'll keep it up here, though, as the teammates continue to battle it out. Ooh, the 19 almost got under the apron. You saw he got both of those left side tires on the blue line, trying to get as much turn in that truck as possible. But now Kenneth Reiniger is going to get clear. Robert Jordan rounding out the back of the field, maybe having a little issues right here. The race for 10th, though, staying pretty heated up. These guys not really giving much up. We got a side-by-side battle just behind this. That is going to be between Sam Boutwell and Chris Akers. Looks like Paul Witt chose to not use his fast pair, so he is still out running on a damaged truck. Boy, Sam Boutwell, another driver with a lot of damage. He is staying out. Justin Parham is using that draft that we heard Matthew Fritz talk about. I believe it was either Matthew Fritz or Justin Parham. I believe it was Matthew Fritz. The draft here is what keeps a lot of these guys that maybe aren't quite as fast as the driver in front of them up here. And Robert Dumendak up to 3rd position. He wants more. Justin Bentley has fallen to 4th, back 2 spots from where he started. Rodney Roberts looking to the inside here of Jay Stinson. As the field works their way off turn 4. 21 laps to go here at Charlotte. Back to side-by-side racing up front. Justin Parham thought about it, realized it wasn't there. He's going to tuck back in line, and these two got to be careful if they get a little too racy. Robert Dumendak, he looks like he is ready to pounce. Taking a look from the blimp cam. There's the 99 truck. He has caught the draft, and that's what has allowed him to close up so quick. He is running a little bit more of a defensive style line where you see he gets in the corner a lot earlier instead of waiting on it to arc it. And it's making a lot of speed right now. That does concern me a little bit for tires later in the run. We'll see what happens. Joey Hickox trying to get by Albert Hewins on the inside. He is up 4 spots from where he started. Paul Witt involved in that first incident, who was back 6 spots, but that damage maybe not affected him too bad. He's starting to climb his way back to the field as he sits 10th. And while top 10 is normally considered a good finish, and it still would be here tonight, none of these guys want a top 10. They want a win because that's the only thing that you're really getting rewarded for here tonight. $19 laps to go here at Charlotte. Robert Dumendak now, he's looking to the inside of Justin Parham. Can't quite make it stick just yet, but he continues to try to work there. Not going to be able to find it this time. Jumps back in line on the backstretch. I think Dumendak, he's got to play a little more careful. Justin Parham is showing a lot of patience right now. These 1.5 miles, when you either lose a guy or you have a guy behind you, you don't want to get caught up in racing them so hard that you use up your stuff. Because if we don't have another caution, which could be the case right now, as these guys have gotten pretty spread out, then you are not going to have enough tire to make anything work at the end. You see Robert Jordan just coming out of turn 4. He might be in danger of going a lap down by the time this race is over. And then the rest of the field all on the back straightaway currently. Robert Dumendak still putting the pressure on. Justin Bentley has fallen back, hasn't really been able to catch up to those top 3 in the battle for the lead. Jay Stinson, John Bell. Oh, yellow flag is back out. This time it's for Alex Gray. Oh, that's Guy Braco. He is also going to be involved. There's Alex Gray in the grass. This caution puts us about halfway, and that means we are going to see some pit stops. Let's take a look at what brings it out. Let's see. We had Alex riding around on the bottom here. The 69, that's Guy Breaker. Everybody looks to be okay right here. Ooh, the 48. Ooh, Matthew Fritz. Big issue for the 48. What happened there? It's right on board with Fritz. My goodness, that almost looked like a technical issue. He went straight up the track. Wow. All right, here we go. Oh, man. Something happened there with his wheel or something. Watch his hands. You see it's turned, and then watch this thing just go straight. And yeah, that's exactly what that had to be. Some sort of wheel issue. Not sure if the wheel disconnected or what, but the way that wheel jumped straight, that was something that was out of his control. And when he shoots up the track, boy, he takes a hard shot into Guy Braco, almost flips over, and there's the 81 of Alex Gray. Innocent bystander who had nowhere to go, DJ Madish. He shoots the gap to get through it without any further incident. Take a look here from a couple different views. And boy, Guy Braco probably did not know what hit him initially because he almost got blindsided by that. We'll show you from the onboard view here. He was just sitting here minding his own business on the outside, and then watch this. Matthew Fritz comes out of absolutely nowhere. He's a big hit. He's going to try to whip this thing back around and tags the outside wall even more. The good thing is all those guys did have another fast repair, or that one fast repair rather, to use. And you got to assume that they're going to use it. Going back live, Kenneth Riedinger leads the way. Justin Parham second. Justin Bentley third. Robert Duvendak fourth. And we're checking now on if we had some pit stops. So I would assume we would have. And guess what? Sure enough, we did. And no surprise there. It looks like just about the entire field pit. You know, we ran plenty of laps, and these guys knew if they didn't get new tires, their chances of winning this thing are going to be over. But with new tires, this is going to put some of the guys that maybe weren't so fast in the long run, but good on the short run, back in contention. It looks like it'll be a restart within 15 laps to go. In fact, we're going to take a quick side-by-side break, but you won't miss the thing. We'll be right back. Back live here at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the NOMA Truck Series All-Star Race. Kenneth Riedinger, Justin Parham getting ready to lead him back to green as the pace truck pulls off. Watch for Justin Bentley, Robert Duvendak, two drivers that also showed a lot of speed so far tonight. Green flag back in the air. Big jump for the inside line. Justin Parham and Robert Duvendak, they got caught sleeping, and they're going to have to fall way back until they find a spot in line. Looks like Justin Parham did find a spot in line. Robert Duvendak, though, still stuck on the outside. All that work that he did to get himself up there, he's going to be pretty much neglected right here as he continues to... Oh, he got one hard in the wall. That's Joey Hickox. Caution is back out. I believe that was Joey Hickox. Rodney Roberts slides. Maybe it wasn't. I saw somebody go up. It looked like... I believe it was Joey Hickox, though. And that brings out the third yellow of the night. And this might put us within 10 to go now for our final restart. Or for not our final, but hopefully our final restart. Here we go. This is coming out of turn 2. 31, that's Joey Hickox. Oh, sorry, this is the last wreck. Excuse me, I meant to get up here. So Joey Hickox, I don't think was actually the one involved in this. Let's go to the blimp cam, though. Was it Albert Hewins? I initially saw somebody shoot up the track. I could not tell who it was. Joey Hickox was in the vicinity, but I'm thinking maybe it was not him. Everybody's pretty clean here. And then it looks like, oh, little contact there. So it is going to be Joey Hickox, actually. All right. Joey Hickox, big hit into the outside wall on the right side. And a couple more guys that just going to get collected. Ooh, this, wow. Another big shot. That looked like the 17. Tristan Fortson took a big hit. Watch this. Just going to have nowhere to go here once they wreck. He's trying to sneak by. Unfortunately, gets tagged again by Rodney Roberts. Big hit between him and Robert Jordan. And let's see if we can figure out exactly what caused this incident. Go to the chopper view. And we're going to go up here to Joey Hickox. Well, actually, we saw it happen with Rodney Roberts and the 5 of John Bell. It's almost like they were looking maybe 3 wide. Usually not the best idea, but ooh, John Bell started getting loose. Yeah, he started getting loose out of 2. Rodney Roberts couldn't check up in time. Gets him spinned around. Joey Hickox, just an innocent bystander. And then Albert Hewins, he spins with nowhere to go. And these guys just all start piling in from there. DJ Manish looks like he snuck by without getting too much damage. Sam Boutwell, unfortunately, was involved. Or Sam Boutwell was fortunately not involved, I meant to say. Not too bad, at least. Go back and look at this. You see he does make a little contact. Not too bad, though. Looks like that front end's maybe just slightly dented in. Give you one more shot out of here from the onboard view. Let's go to the onboard view here of Albert Hewins. He was also involved in this wreck. And there it is. Man, just could not check up in time. All right, let's head back live and see how we're looking up front. Kenneth Riedinger is still your leader. He has led the most laps so far. Justin Bentley now second. Justin Parham going to be third behind his teammate Jay Stinson. Up to fourth, Robert Duvendak fifth. Paul Witt, the regular season champ, he sits sixth. Matthew Dyer seventh. Chris Akers eighth. Guy Braco ninth. And Rodney Roberts 10th. Well, it doesn't look like we've gotten the one-to-go signal this time, and as long as that remains the case, that means we are going to have a restart in the final 10 laps to go. And you got to assume that maybe everybody did decide to go in, maybe take some more tires there. But with only 2 sets, everybody already took one. If you took one now, you don't have any more. If you didn't and we get a late caution, you might be in prime position. Let's see how Kenneth Riedinger's feeling. Hey, Ken, this is Austin up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
All right. Well, so far, you're looking, honestly, like the best truck out here, but we're starting to see some of these cautions start to build later. We know cautions breed cautions. Do you think you got good enough of a truck to win this thing?
Yeah, I think I got the good track position here. I just don't want to see a caution within the next 5 laps. If it's going to be another yellow here, I want to kind of quick to keep the tires without having to come in, so...
Well, let's just, I mean, obviously hoping that we go green the rest of the way here. You got to believe within 10 laps to go, it's go time for everybody. Is there any tire saving left, or can you just keep it to the floor from here?
Honestly, I'm not going to pit it. I'm just going to try to keep the track position and let it fall wherever it may. So.
All right. Well, $50 on the line. We'll see if you can bring it home. Good luck.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. That's Kenneth Riedinger. Going to be leading them back to green here. They are going to be going green this time. We're moving Ken currently back down to his team. Grandstand Racing, I believe. Well, at least right now, I see Matthew Dyer is in that chat too, so that must be another one of the Grandstand Racing drivers. I actually did not know that. It's showing him for Spino Racing, so not sure exactly what the deal is with that. But looking back here in the field, further back, if you will, we have had some guys retire for now. It looks like Alex Gray's night is done. Tristan Fortson, he's coming off the pits now. Looks like he may have got that thing cleaned up. Robert Jordan, he is not on track. Joey Hickox, heavy damage still to the 31 as he sits on pit road. DJ Manish, Rodney Roberts, looks like they've gotten cleaned up back out on track. John Bell in the 5 truck, he must have used his fast repair. Matthew Fritzen 12th, Albert Hewins 11th, Sam Boutwell 10th, and the rest of the field up here on fresh tires. They're ready to get racy. It is going to be 9 laps to go here at Charlotte. Who is going to win under the lights? The $50, it is getting closer. These guys, the aggression level, it's getting ready to go to a whole new level. Kenneth Riedinger, Justin Parham, can they get a better restart this time? You got to think maybe he tells his teammate when he's going. Green flag is out. Kenneth Riedinger gets the better jump. And this time he gets clear of both lanes again, but Justin Parham hanging on the door of Justin Bentley. Robert Duvendak had to do a little blocking further back on Matthew Dyer. The 69 Guy Braco, he falls a couple positions. John Bell, Rodney Roberts, they're back into battle. Ooh, the 19, he's trying to get clear on Justin Bentley. Finally, he's going to be able to slam the door. Can the 16 do a crossover? He's going to try it. Justin Parham is going to slam the door on that move as well. Everybody makes it through that first lap. That's where the tires have proven to be the trickiest for everybody. Now 8 laps to go. Justin Parham, he sets his sights on the leader, Justin Bentley. We haven't really seen him have much here on the main feature, but Robert Duvendak, who's on the bumper of that 16 truck, he has shown a lot of speed. Can he maybe get up there before this thing's all said and done? And if you're Justin Parham right here, what do? Do you just save it? Do you let your teammate and yourself just run as many quick laps as possible? Try to keep anybody else from getting in the battle, or do you start making the moves right away? I think you got to start making moves right away if you get to them, because you never know when all of a sudden those tires can fall off, or if Robert Duvendak and Justin Bentley get back up here and in the battle, you might be in a little bit of trouble right here. But he's slowly closing the gap. It's been hanging around a truck length and a half to 2 truck lengths. Further back, we got Paul Witt, Chris Akers. He's trying to sneak to the inside. Oh, he gets turned. Chris Akers is going to go around. Can he save it? Caution's already out. No way. He does hold on to it. And that is going to bring out a caution, but a good caution in the sense of it's not going to give anybody damage. A bad caution in the sense of probably not what Kenneth Riedinger wanted to see. If anybody has tires left, they're going to go in and take them, and they might be a threat here. All right, well, we saw it kind of happen live, but it looked like maybe Chris was trying to clear Paul Witt, and maybe wasn't just quite clear, but let's take a look here. Ooh, that was a little quick. Slow that down for everybody. Actually, Paul Witt was riding him pretty close here. That's hard to say, man. Maybe the 4 coming down just a little bit. Yeah, it looks like the 4 of Chris Akers maybe just came down a little bit. Either way, once him and Paul Witt get collected, Chris spins, but somehow holds on to it. He doesn't jerk the wheel to the right. Smart move, keeps himself from overcorrecting, going hard into that outside. Well, let's ride on board with him. This is going to be a pretty wicked ride. And if you want a reason on why this guy's in the playoffs and why he's so fast every week, look no further right there. That shows you the talent level of Chris Akers. Let's go back live here. This is going to be a little interesting. We might have a couple split strategies. We do. You see some of these guys on pit road. We'll see who it is. Ooh, looks like Justin Bentley. He may have had an extra set of tires. He does. You see the right side getting propped up. That 16, all of a sudden, he might be the fastest truck on the track. We'll have to see. They didn't run that many laps when that caution came out. Only a few. We'll have to see how many positions here Bentley's going to have to try to make up. Looks like the 47 Sam Boutwell and the 55 of Albert Hewins also getting tires. And I believe this is going to be Guy Braco, it looks like. Sure enough, it is. He also was down pit road. So that's going to keep your top 5 up front as Kenneth Riedinger, Justin Parham, Robert Duvendak, though, up to 3rd now. Matthew Dyer 4th, and Jay Stinson rounding out the top 5. Paul Witt 6th, the outside looking in. But, well, these guys are getting ready to go back green. Do one more interview for the night before this thing's all said and done, and let's go do an interview here with your regular season champion, Paul Witt. Hey, Paul, this is Austin up the booth. You got a copy?
Sure do, Austin.
All right, well, you got the regular season champion. Tonight, it's all about having fun and trying to go get that $50. We see some damage on the back of your truck. Do you think you still got a shot at getting the win here?
Yeah, that damage was way back on lap 2, and I drove up through the field, and it's just too late to take that fast repair now. I don't want to take it on lap 2, so it is what it is. I've got a fast truck. If I can just get my line, I'll be okay. I'll be up there with them.
All right, well, it looks like you're going to have 3 laps to do it. You're also going to have new tires behind you trying to make crazy things happen. It's going to be exciting. Good luck, bud.
Thanks, man.
We're going to send Paul Witt back down to his teammates. And this, you know, I know we thought the last one was crazy, but I don't know if we've seen our last caution just yet. You're mixing new tires. Well, they're going to be pretty far to the back, I guess. The first guy on new tires here, it looks like, is going to be Justin Bentley. He sits 11th, so he's got to make up 11 spots, technically, for it to pay off. And, man, I just don't know if he can do that in 3 laps. So he's probably hoping right here is that he can, you know, grab a handful of positions, and then we get a caution before we take the white flag. Then we go into an overtime, and maybe he has a shot at doing it. He's going to have 2 laps to get as many positions as he can. Man, I don't know. He might do it. I'll tell you what, if he does, I would certainly be extremely impressed. Kenneth Riedinger and Justin Parham, these two, they're getting ready to go at it for one more duel. Robert Duvendak, he says, don't forget about me. He is now in the mix. We'll see what he can make happen here. And then Jay Stinson and Matthew Dyer. Paul Witt, he said he's got a fast truck. He just needs to get his line and get in a rhythm in a hurry. Well, I thought we were going green this time, but it looks like we aren't. The lights are still on the pace truck, so we're actually going to go one more round. Again, more bad news if you're one of the drivers on 4 fresh tires, such as Justin Bentley. And it looks like now the lights are going to go off, so we will be going green. Unfortunately, it's going to be with 2 to go. That's going to only give these guys 1 lap if they're going to have a caution. Otherwise, we will finish this thing under green and crown ourselves the champion of the 2023 NOMA Truck Series All-Star Race. Quick reminder of where Ghost Racing Network heads next. That will be on Monday. I head over to the Fast Track Sim Racing Cup Series for the Capital Auto Talladega Spring 250. Don't miss out. Those guys always put on a great show every week, and going to the fastest track in NASCAR is certainly not going to disappoint. Robert Duvendak, what is he thinking? How about Matthew Dyer? We've seen some speed, but I think right now the threat is going to be those top 3 trucks, right? The 24, the 19, and the 99. They've shown the most speed all night. In fact, the 19 and the 24 have looked like they're about even. That's probably why they're teammates. The 99 of Robert Duvendak, he showed moments of speed, but he kept getting trapped behind another truck. This time, it's not the case. He is going to be trapped behind the 2 leaders, and if they start going at it, and there's a 3rd lane, look to see that 99 be one of the first guys to take it 3 wide tonight. Matthew Fritz, saw speed from him earlier, fell back early on in this race after that first caution. He's back up to 8th. What can he do? All right, here we go. The pace truck is going to pull off. We're still in regulation, but it's a green-white checkered in the sense of we have 2 laps to go. Green flag is back in the air at Charlotte. Kenneth Riedinger with another good jump. Robert Duvendak tries to read it, but Justin Parham is going to get clear. And he drops right down to the low line. He knows he's got to make quick work. Can everybody keep their stuff clean for this first lap? Looks like everybody's staying 2 by 2 throughout the field. Kenneth Riedinger, he's trying to pull a gap, but on the new tires, Justin Bentley, how quick can he get up? He's up to 10th, only up 1 position. You see him on that inside line. He's trying everything to make it work, and all of a sudden he's disappeared. Now he's back. Keeping it up front, though. Justin Parham, he's back to the back bumper. All right, here we go. All the money's on the line. White flag is in the air. One more time around Charlotte. These 2 bumper to bumper. When does Justin Parham make the move? He's not going to do it into turn 1. He's going to try to save it for 3 and 4, and now he goes to the outside of his teammate. Kenneth Riedinger, can he defend it? Justin Parham had to get out of the throttle. This thing's not over just yet. Justin Parham, he's got one more big run in him. Does he do a dive bomb move? What does he think here into turn 3? He's going to stay high again. Now he goes to the low side. He can't get there, sliding up the track. Kenneth Riedinger holds them all off. He is going to win the All-Star race at Charlotte. What a finish there. Robert Duvendak tries to steal second, can't quite do it. But the man bringing home the big money is Kenneth Riedinger in the 24 truck. And he dominated, so you can't be upset about it. Heck of an event these guys put on. We will be interviewing your top 3, Riedinger, Parham, and Duvendak. And man, Justin Parham maybe thinking to himself, should he have set it up differently? Should he have tried a different line? I was very impressed to see him not get to the bumper in 3 and 4, but kept it clean and allowed his teammate Kenneth Riedinger to hold him off for the win. Kenneth going to burn it down. We're going to go see if we can get your top 3 in for interviews. All right, and we'll bring in your third place finisher, Robert Dubendak. Robert, you got a copy. And we will try him again here. We might have to let him go and see if we can get someone else for now. Hey, Robert, this is Austin up in the booth. Got a copy. All right, it looks like Robert is away right now. We'll try him in just a moment. So we'll try to move on to your second place finisher, Justin Parham. Will jump up here in just a second. All right, here we go. Justin Parham, this is Austin up in the booth. You got a copy?
I do.
All right, well, you bring it home second. Not quite getting the money, but your teammate got the win. Man, what more did you need right there? I thought you were going to get him in turn 3 and 4.
I just would have needed a longer run to even try. I mean, our tires were still pretty new. We only had like 2, maybe 3 hard run laps on them. So, I mean, it was pretty just breakneck even right there.
Certainly looked like it. Well, either way, you showed a lot of speed tonight, and it was fun watching you and your teammate go at it. Before we let you go, is there anyone you want to thank or shout out?
Just the league, Jay, Joey, Manny Rays, y'all for doing everything y'all do and letting us race every week.
All right, sounds good. Well, thanks for talking to us, and congrats on the second place finish.
Thank you.
That was Justin Parham. We're going to slide him back down here before we go to see if maybe this time we have gotten Robert Duvendak in the booth. Saw him in the waiting room, but unfortunately was not hanging around. And it looks like, well, unfortunately, Robert Duvendak looks like he's disappeared, so I guess we're not going to be able to get a word with him. Well, let's move straight to your winner then, and that's Kenneth Riedinger. Kenneth, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, you outduel your teammate there in a late race restart, and you get the win. What were you thinking on that last lap?
Yeah, I thought he had something going on that outside. I think it was like going in a 1 and 2. But luckily, I got to the bottom and it stuck, and I was full throttle and was able to pull back in front of him. And then after that, it was pretty much race right there. So it was good to be able to clear him.
Well, absolutely. Well, I was just going to say, I mean, we know it's the All-Star race. We know anything can happen. And although your teammates, were you thinking into 3, maybe you were going to get a little bumper?
Oh, no. We'll race each other hard, but I don't think we'll end up, potentially trying to push each other up the track. I mean, if it happens, it wouldn't be a big deal. But, no, we try to race each other clean. So.
Well, that's what we like to hear. And, again, we know it is an All-Star race, but does this give you any momentum going into the playoffs?
Oh, yeah. I'm ready to go. So, ready for race 1. So.
All right. Sounds good. Well, before we let you go, is there anyone you want to thank or shout out tonight?
Just my teammate for all the practice that we do and trying to, make sure we're good to go, and then the league for putting everything together for this weekend. So.
All right. Well, thanks for talking to us. Congrats on the win. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenneth Riedinger.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll slide him back down as well. And I'll tell you what, I need to work on the way I interview these guys. Sometimes I think that they're wrapped up with their sentence, but I got to give them a little more time. So I do apologize to Kenneth and Parham for maybe cutting them off a little bit early. I do apologize to you guys for that. But either way, Kenneth Riedinger brings home the $50 and the All-Star win for the NOMA Truck Series. Justin Parham second, Robert Duvendak third, Matthew Dyer fourth, Jay Stinson fifth, Chris Akers sixth, seventh is going to be Matthew Fritz, Paul Witt eighth, Rodney Roberts ninth, Albert Hewins 10th, Justin Bentley 11th, Sam Boutwell 12th, John Bell 13th, Guy Braco 14th, DJ Madish 15th, Treston Fortson 16th, 17th, Joey Hickox. 18th is going to be Robert Jordan. Moving back to 19th. Well, if it would go to 19th, it looks like, there we go, 19th, Alex Gray. And rounding out the top 20 tonight, well, the last truck in the field, William George. That is going to wrap us up here for All-Star Night. It was a fun one. We certainly enjoyed it, and I hope everybody watching enjoyed it as well. Nancy Hickox says, thanks, Austin. Good broadcast tonight. All right, thank you, Nancy. And everybody else's chats that I missed tonight, I do apologize, but we were trying to keep the action on track. Until next time, we'll see you later.